Vice President, we're ready when you are.
I am ready.
Do you have the agenda?
I do.
Okay.
It's on my other system. I have it pulled up. I didn't hear recording in progress. That's why I didn't say anything.
Recording in progress.
There it is.
There we go. There it is. Good evening. Hola, hola, hola. Today is the 6th of August, and I'm calling this meeting to order at 6:35 p.m. I noticed to the public that President Rentila is unable to attend this evening's meeting for some unexpected travel circumstances. And I am currently traveling on business and participating remotely. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Director Alvarado,
Here.
Director King Meredith,
Here.
Director Weiner,
Here.
Vice President Suddeth,
I am here.
President Rentila is absent. We have a quorum with 3 members in the boardroom and 1 member participating remotely.
Thank you very much. If you are able to and willing to, would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, or you may observe a moment of silence, seated or standing. And Director Alvarado, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, I will. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As soon as possible.
Thank you very much. Tonight, General Counsel Nicole Witt will serve as the parliamentarian for the meeting. General Counsel, will you please read the audience and the board members a reminder, please?
As a reminder to members of the public in attendance, the board has adopted rules governing the conduct of its public meetings. Public participation is welcome and encouraged. All public comments should be addressed to the board as a body, and the board asks that you please respect the 3-minute time limit per speaker. All persons attending board meetings shall observe the rules. Any additional rules the board may establish in the orders of the president with respect to the conduct of the meeting. No person may disrupt or disturb the meeting. Disturbing, impeding, or otherwise preventing the orderly conduct of a board meeting could result in an individual's removal from the meeting.
Thank you. Also, I'd like to inform fellow directors and the public that closed session item 2, which is a conference with our labor negotiators regarding unrepresented employee general manager, regular calendar item 7, which is a related item, as well as calendar item 8, will be deferred into a future meeting due to President Rentila's absence. We want all of our board members present. With that, now is the time for public comments on items not on the agenda. Madam Clerk, have we received any written comments or requests to speak for tonight's meeting?
I have not received written comments or requests. I'll ask that if anyone has public comment, they approach the podium now for non-agenda items. Please state your name for the record if you don't mind.
Hi, my name is David Libertosi. I'm a San Pablo resident, and I'm also on the board of directors of the San Pablo Parkview Terrace HOA. I'm here to talk about the letters that received about sewer lateral notice of noncompliance, dated July 11th, received around July 15th, and they had a completion deadline of August 11th. So, we're aware that this inspection is necessary and a responsibility, but we were kind of surprised that all the owners received these letters. First, we thought the deadline was a good thing, but the notice was very short. And the first thing that we found out as we started doing these was that there is apparently a new fee for this, which we found on the fee schedule. It's effective July 1st, which was the week before the letters were sent. $290 for the video review, which seems to be not really justified by the amount of work, because the video is less than 2 minutes long for most of our laterals. Spoke to Ms. Chen, Judy Chen. She said that's been adopted by the board at the public meeting on June 18th, but it's not on the agenda. I didn't find it in the minutes. Maybe I thought it had been delegated to the Finance Committee. I looked at their webpage. That had been updated since 2021. So we're really just unable to find any documentation that, this fee had a rationale or report to the board validating the expense. So we've communicated separately with a request for documentation of the California Public Records Act, and we're awaiting a response on that. So looking at the other ordinances and documentation on the website, we see that we've got, ordinance number 1028. There's general conditions requiring cleaning and testing of building sewers or sewer laterals, and the catch-all is determination of the district that the cleaning, repair, replacement, et cetera, is required for the protection of public health, et cetera. So we just wanted to kind of know how this was determined in our case. We typically thought of this as something that is associated with the sale of a property, but, I don't know. We all got letters, and Ms. Chen said it's our standard practice to issue notice to properties that don't have a valid certificate of compliance on file. Although we've been in communication with nearby neighborhoods. We've got Hassford Heights, our nearby neighbors, and I'm in touch with their community group, and they actually had a rep out at their meeting explaining homeowners' responsibility to do inspections and talked about the PIPES grant program and stuff, but none of their homeowners have received a letter. So the stated reason in the letter was there's no sort of current certificate of compliance showing the sewer lateral has been inspected in the last 10 years. Well, aside from the fact that it seems impossible for a homeowner to find that out from your website, it would seem that if this is a condition of the sale of the property, that should be on file. And I and many other homeowners have purchased our properties in the last 10 years, so that's kind of odd. The ordinance also reads in section D9, common interest developments, that homeowners associations of common interest development shall provide the video inspection. Well, when we find out these letters, we considered trying to have our property management coordinate doing all these things, but again, because many homeowners already scrambled to try and do this, and we had a very short timeline, 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks to do this, we abandoned that. Basically, it just became impractical to do that. That would have saved the money homeowners inspections, and the fee schedule can also be interpreted to read that our whole HOA should have had a single fee for the review of all these. That would have saved us $15,000 as a group. So we don't understand why West County didn't reach out to our HOA to discuss this like they did in Hatsford Heights, but I mean, we've also had extensive communication with West County over the last 6 years. In 2018, a representative of our HOA contacted West County and said, we're going to start undertaking sewer lateral inspection on our own. We had numerous exchanges with West County over the last 6 years, right, during which we've undertook over $300,000 in repairs, permanent repairs, and follow-up inspections. So by the end of 2024, we believe that we were in full compliance with good reason. So we're really objecting to the payment of this fee and the very short timeline for compliance. And we really like to start over with West County communicating to our HOA through our property managers, and we'd like an extension of the reasonable time for completion, say maybe 3 of exactly which units are in or out of compliance to begin with. So we'll be contacting your office. I sent Director Wiener the long version of this by email as well, so all the details in there. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there other public comment on this item or similar?
Yes. Hi, my name is Tiffany Mason. I am an owner at Villa del Prado, one of the first townhome developments in San Pablo. And similar to the gentleman that spoke before me, we received letters without explanation of the process. When calling waste management, there was lack of communication in terms of who. There was a lot of transfer of calls. No one seemed to know exactly what happened or why the fees went up. We did research online looking at what was happening or the fees, and we noticed that it was a fee change in July 1st. We received the letters July 11th. The letter was sent July 11th. We received it around the 12th or the 13th with the deadline less than a month to get everything completed. There was a lot of chaos. I do serve as the HOA president. Our association is not responsible for completing the sewer lateral, so it's each individual owner. I've received a number of emails or calls or concerns throughout our community about what's going on, what's happening. So I feel like we deserve an explanation of why this came about, or even more time, because people are afraid of the liens that they say they would put on the homes if this wasn't completed. Point example, I submitted mine right away because I don't like problems, I don't like more expenses, but I still haven't heard back from Waste Management. So I sent my video in. Apparently, the sewer company that I'm working with mentioned that they weren't around to review the video, so they haven't had any information sent. I haven't had anything sent back to me. They haven't had anything sent to them. So I'm really concerned about the fees that is costing us. Some of the prior issues that Waste Management has had, such as lawsuits, and it really feels to me and others within my community that this is a cost that is being placed on us because of decisions made by Waste Management. So I'd like for you to communicate better, allow us more time, and I yield my time. Thank you.
My name is Blair Craig. I'm also on the board of Villa del Prado. I do find the time that we got the letter to be nefarious. Right after you went from 0 to review them to $290. Now, $290 for a 2-minute video times an hour is $8,700. You could lower that much lower. San Pablo's not a rich area. You could lower that to 25, 50, a lot of money if it was zero before. So I'm objecting to the $290 review fee of a 2-minute video, let alone the fact that we have to do it in less than a month. I yield my time.
I need to check, I do have a hand raised in Zoom, so let me. Oh. Rolanda, you have your hand raised. You can speak at this time.
Yes, my name is Rolanda Anderson, and I am part of the Villa del Prado community. And as my other owners have addressed the same concern that I have, is receiving a letter basically required notice of action immediately, giving us less than a 3-week time period to complete this without any explanation, without any information. As our president has said, I am one that have called and gotten a lot of runaround. I finally was able to talk to Judy Chen, which she was more than helpful in explaining a lot of things. But of course, there was a lot of answers that she couldn't give me because she's not part of the board. And I'm very disappointed that we didn't get any kind of communication. As I expressed to her, is that if this was going to be happening, someone should have notified us at least 6 months in advance to tell us that even something like this was coming down the line. As people have said before, is this was something that was done when you were selling or purchasing a home. I am one of those people. I purchased within the last 10 years, and I'm assuming that was done then, but no one mentioned any of it to me now that I am the homeowner and it's coming up to, I guess, the 10 years or whatever the time frame is. No one has said anything. And I feel that that's very unfair, that you're expecting someone to take this cost on without any information. And then you're threatening with liens and stoppage of sewers and so forth, where you're scaring homeowners. As our president said, she's one of those people that just got it done. And I'm one of those people too. But at the same time, I'm feeling a little disrespected as a homeowner. If I'm responsible for my home, you're not really letting me do that. You're making these decisions and you're doing things without consulting any of us. And to me, that's disrespectful. So what I would like for this board to do is to review that time frame that you're allowing us to be able to get this done, and also the pricing. I'm a single mother. You're talking about an additional $290 for someone to watch a video for a couple of minutes. That's taking away from my child and my livelihood. And I don't agree with that. I don't think that that's a reasonable amount to ask for someone to be able to review. And I know there's probably some administrative side that needs to happen where you need to issue some things and document things. But $290 is really a lot of money to ask for someone. And in the future, I would just say, please contact us ahead of time, not just drop a letter on us a month before. Our HOA, as our president said, we meet regularly. You guys are welcome to come in and have that open forum and talk to us about it. But to do it like this, I thought was very disrespectful and not being a community partner within this community of San Pablo and our Villa del Prado community. So again, I would hope that someone could review this information and allow us more time and answers to these questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say to the community members on behalf of the board, unfortunately, this is not an agendized item, so we can't address it tonight in this forum. However, I do know that those of you who have reached out to the district, the staff will be following up with you. Okay?
All right, thank you.
You have all the contact information, Robin?
I don't have the contact information, but is Kate in here?
With those of you who are present or those of you who spoke, if you would like them to reach out to you, please make sure you sign in on the sheet at the back of the table so they'll know how to get a hold of you.
So someone is going to help them here and make sure we get that information.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, board members, our general manager, secretary, and all of our brothers and sisters here in attendance. I'm sorry. I'm having issues with the throat. I'm sorry, Andrew. Sorry, sinuses. Can you guys hear me at all? I'm talking as loud as I can right now. As you all can see, we have our signs tonight. We're in the month of August now. I know personally, I firsthand was involved in all of the steps of the negotiations for FOU, ACU, and that we did reach out to begin the negotiation process in October of 2024. It appears to me, unless I'm missing the mark, so our group is trying to get the retroactive pay that they're due because we supposedly did not start on time or things were delayed. There's emails that show this, and this will all come out in fact finding should we go that far. We tried to make things a little bit more simple. We try to simplify things for the board side of it to just have 2 negotiations versus 3. So we brought in our ACU unit, reached out to try to get that accomplished. We're told at the beginning that there was no real process known, that we could just, get the 2 groups together. Then later told that we needed to get a vote, that everybody was on board with the merger. We got the vote. And then later told that we had to get signatures of individuals who were part of the ACU. So everything that we were supposed to do, we've done. We tried to do in a timely manner, even beginning as far back as I said, October of 2024. We've been kind of walking this thing, slow walking it. We started earlier in the year where the board approved, I think it was 3.25% increase. Then we were able to receive something, an offer for 3.5, and then an offer for 3.8, which is what we asked for in the beginning because that's what MEU received, which is generally what we normally do here at West County Wastewater. Some of you guys have been here long enough to have seen it multiple times. It's nothing new to some of you. And to have that happening is quite baffling, to say the least. It feels like a lot of gameplay, to be quite honest, and people here are not in the business of playing games. They're not in the mood for playing games. And we're coming to you and we're saying we need to get this full retro that we should have never had to get this far to ask for in the first place. Get this full retro done. We need your vote. We need your vote. We need your vote. We need your vote. Get this done. We're not here playing. We don't want to play. And when you take tired people and you push them and push them and push them, you can't be upset when you get what you get. We need your votes. We'll see you next time if we have to.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Caston. I'm the Union Vice President. I work in the laboratory here at West County Wastewater. I'm going to kind of go off of what Thomas was saying here about timelines and about how willing we were to begin negotiations, how eager we were to begin negotiations. This is actually my first negotiation that I was in. So I was extremely eager to be in that room and see the process. In fact, I actually wrote almost all of the proposals for this round of negotiations. But we didn't get to start our negotiations until March 10th. And I remember that specifically because it was my birthday. And so we went on a trip to the Grand Canyon, did some backpacking, and early and booked a hotel to make absolutely sure I could be there for that meeting because I was really eager to get this moving. get it done as quickly as possible. I'm sitting in the parking lot of a gas station on the way home, and I'm trying to get into the meeting, and I can't get in. And I'm going, what is going on? And the chief negotiator on your side had decided that because my name had been accidentally left off a list, that I, as the vice president, couldn't even be in the room. So it's really frustrating when we find that there's this idea floating around that we were not willing to negotiate, not eager to negotiate, or that we were dragging things out. And I just want you to all know that that's not the case. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Toby. I'm from maintenance. It's good to see you guys again. I thought about what I was going to say tonight, and I had a couple of long speeches, and I thought that maybe I'd just kind of drown it down to the facts, and it's kind of sad that we're here. Let's be honest. We're talking about retro, which is something that we're owed, you know? It's point of contention. The contract, it's not our fault that it took this long. I think that's going to be found out. I would like for you guys to seriously think about in the next couple of meetings. I know that we're missing the president, of rectifying it before getting to the point where you find out that we were correct and having a little faith in us like we have faith in you. I think that I was raised by a single mother, and she always tried to tell me to look at the good and the bad, right? And I think it's good that we're here in some context because you're seeing the individuals that you oversee and you're learning about them and their families. This is something that wouldn't have happened. And I think that's a real problem at this district, that you don't know the people that you are representing, at least the people that are employed here. A lot of these people are not only employees, but they're also residents. And they have a voice, and it's good that you hear them. Have a good night.
Well, and I'm going to be that voice for you guys because I am a ratepayer and I am from District 5. So good evening, my name is Lena Allen, and I've had the privilege to serve the West County ratepayers for the past 6 years. But like every board member and many of the people in the attendance tonight, I'm also a member of the wonderful community our organization services. I take great pride in the exemplary work WCWD employees perform daily. That work protects the health and safety of my family, my neighbors, and all of the residents. For that, I offer my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Thank you, guys. So my family has lived in District 5 for nearly 2 decades. In that time, our annual sewer use charge has increased 4-fold. Like the majority of ratepayers, we understand that those increases are necessary to ensure that our wastewater treatment plant and sanitary sewer collection system are properly maintained and updated. Those increases are key to ensuring that our vital services continue uninterrupted. But part of that investment must be in human capital. Without frontline workers, none of this is possible. WCW frontline workers have been laboring without a contract since the start of 2025. Sorry. We are here tonight to join with ratepayers and community members to call on the board to approve a contract that includes fair compensation for services rendered. Before I go, I would like to thank everyone who has come out to support us tonight. I would especially like to thank the community members in attendance. I believe we have ratepayers from 4 of our 5 districts, and maybe all of them now, who gave their evening to attend this meeting. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, board members. Grateful to be here tonight to represent my colleagues. Some of you know me as Will Silver, project manager here at West County, but before I did that, I owned the Goodwill Garden Service, Silver Services, landscape contracting, engineering, and pipeline works. For 20 years, I had that business. And then after that, I went on to supervise a crew of 35 people at the Academy of Sciences, and then a large crew at Napa Valley College as the assistant facilities director. So last time I was here, I asked you guys to consider retention and how that affects the district. And I can tell you from my position in all my previous experience that whenever I lost an employee, it was extremely disruptive to my operation, and the continuity of information and knowledge that was passed down, that we didn't just lose an employee, we lost a legacy of information, because these people here, they were trained by someone who was trained by someone, and they trained someone, and when that person leaves because they feel disrespected, it causes a ripple effect, and sometimes the business or the agency, it never quite recovers in the same way. But anyhow, I wanted to remind you that all these people here, they're not just here because they're fighting for money. They're protesting for their dignity and for their coworkers and the family and the community. And if it was just money, that's an easy to fix problem. But the problem they have is that they have so much invested here, and so it feels very bad to them that they're not being treated fairly. So I ask you guys to consider what it is that you guys are fighting for, holding out on paying this the retroactive contract, and know that it's not too late to change, and that we did hear some community members who are unhappy, but you have the best PR group you could possibly get. They're all here. These are your public relations group, and if you can make these people happy, they can do magic in your community because they care. So thank you for your time here today.
I'll make another call for any additional comments. And we don't have any additional comments in Zoom, so with that, no additional comments.
Thank you. Thank you all for your comments. With that, I would like, Divisional Counsel, would you please announce the closed session agenda?
The board will now convene into closed session as described on item 1 on the agenda. Now is the time for public comments on the closed session item. Madam Clerk, have we received any comments or requests to speak on closed session item 1?
We have not. If anyone wishes to speak on closed session item 1, please approach the podium or raise your hand in Zoom. Seeing none, we have no public comments.
We will now convene into a separate room for closed session and return to this room at its conclusion.
Thank you. You ready, Miss Robin?
Yes. Yes. Did you?
Yes, I just asked. All right.
Oh, give it. One second. It's a little noise. It's still, we got to quiet down in here.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
I want to tell you, there's some errors in the report. Okay, well, it's still move forward. That's what I did, at least I just want to take it to a future agenda. Oh, to a future agenda.
You want me to talk? I thought you were.
I will, I just wanted to let her know I'm going to say that.
Oh, everybody will hear it.
Okay, well then, no. That's okay. She had her phone when we talked.
No.
I should have said something.
Yes. Okay. Vice President Suddeth, go ahead.
You're ready?
It's going to take.
Go ahead. I didn't hear you.
Thank you. Okay, we're ready. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone. The board's returned to open session. General Counsel, is there anything to report from closed session?
No, there is no reportable action.
Thank you very much. It is now 8 p.m. exactly. I'm going to ask General Manager Andrew Claude to lead us through the rest of the agenda. Sir.
Thank you. The consent calendar consists of items 3 and 4 on the agenda. There's one additional item, the project completion, item 5, that I'd like to defer to a future agenda because there's a couple of potential errors in the report. It's just a project completion report. So the consent calendar consists of items 3 and 4. Have we received any written?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Have we received any comments or requests to speak?
We have not. If anyone has any comments on the consent calendars, item 3 or 4, please approach the podium or raise your hand in Zoom. Seeing none, we have no public comments.
I ask that we move the item.
Can you be specific, David, because I want the board to agree that we're removing 5.
Sure.
Items 3 and 4.
Thank you.
Moved items 3 and 4 on the consent calendar.
You want to second it again? Thank you. With that, Madam Clerk, would you take a roll call vote? Or do we have any further comments from the board, first of all?
No.
Great. Madam Clerk, can you please take a roll call vote?
Yes.
Thank you.
So on the motion by Director Alvarado and seconded by Director King Meredith to approve consent calendar items 3 and 4, Director Alvarado,
Yes.
Director King Meredith,
Yes.
Director Weiner.
Yes, and
Vice-
I seconded.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yes.
thank you for the correction. All right, so Director Weiner seconded the motion and your vote was yes. Vice President Suddeth
Yes.
and President Rentila is absent. The motion passes 4-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next.
Sir, back to you.
Next on the agenda is regular calendar item 6, to receive presentations from mechanical technician in training, Dominic Rogers, operator in training, Dominique White, and communications spring intern, Adam Waring-Smith, on their experiences and insights gained during their internship. Madam Clerk, have we received any written comments or requests to speak on this item?
We have not. If anyone wishes to speak on this item, please approach the podium or raise your hand in Zoom. Seeing none, we have no public comments.
We'll self-introduce and then go right ahead. Go, Kate.
Push. Hello. My name is Kate Gibbs. I'm the Communications Program Manager here at West County Wastewater. And I am super proud and thrilled to be introducing our 3 interns. We have a communications intern that came to us in the spring. That's Adam Waring-Smith. He'll be presenting tonight as well as a mechanic in training, Dominic Rogers and Dominique White, who is our OIT for the past year. I'm going to let their supervisors introduce them, but yeah, so thank you for listening to their presentation. These presentations will be PowerPoint presentations, and they will be just going over the things that they have learned during their time here at West County Wastewater, projects that they've worked on, and things that they're proud of. So thanks for giving them your attention. And I'm going to introduce Maintenance Field Supervisor. This is Russell Maxey to introduce Dominic.
How y'all doing today? It's good to be. So Dominique has been up under me for about a little less than a year, about 11 months, and it's been a total pleasure having Dominique. He's learned a great deal. He shows up on time. He's willing, and he gets along very well. He's had the opportunity to work not only with the maintenance department and the maintenance techs and various components and electrical components and mechanical components, but he's also had the privilege of working with operations, admin, and so he's well-rounded, and like I said, he's just been a total pleasure to work with, and I think I'm gonna let him continue with his own introduction so I don't have to take too much of the spotlight. But it is definitely a pleasure having him work here at West County.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andre Wells. I'm the Operations Field Supervisor at West County Wastewater, and I have the pleasure of introducing Dominic White, who's been our operator in training for almost a year now. She's almost halfway to getting her California certification for wastewater. It's been an absolute pleasure to have her. She has performed work for operations, maintenance, laboratory, environmental, and has never complained or been unwilling to do any tasks that she was assigned, and it has been a true pleasure to work with her for the past year.
All righty. Hope everyone's doing well today. My name is Dominic Rogers, MIT in training. So first and foremost, I would like to sincerely thank you for the opportunity to work here at West County Wastewater District. My time at West County Wastewater has been both exciting and challenging, especially considering that this is my first experience working at a water treatment facility. Since joining the team, I've had the chance to meet some incredible and highly skilled coworkers who have helped me learn and grow in many ways. I've gained a solid foundation in maintenance work, and I've also become more familiar with the importance of housekeeping throughout the plant. One of the highlights of my training so far has been working at the lift stations. There I was introduced to submersible pumps, several types of level indicators, and various components within the lift station control panels. This hands-on experience was invaluable and gave me a better understanding of how essential these systems are to the plant's operations. Later, I was given the opportunity to train at the wastewater treatment plant itself. I've worked on a wide variety of equipment and had the chance to help repair the sedimentation basin. I was also privileged to assist in the summer preventative maintenance of all 3 clarifiers, which deepened my knowledge of how to maintain the critical systems. Additionally, I attended a shape pump training where I learned how to rebuild flight pumps. I even got the chance to help repair a primary clarifier pump that needed the packing replaced. Another great learning opportunity. There's still so much more to learn, but I'm excited to continue growing here at West County Wastewater District. I've started studying for my grade 1 mechanical certification, which I'm scheduled to take soon. I'm committed to giving my best every day and continue to develop as a mechanic in training. The support I've received from the staff has been outstanding, and I truly enjoy interacting with all departments. Thank you again for this opportunity. I'm grateful to be part of the West County Wastewater team, and I look forward to what's ahead. Thank you. So now, thank you. And so for my future aspirations within the West County Wastewater is to continue my career within West County Wastewater, build leadership in workforce and partnerships, and then enhance my environment resilience and compliance, because what opened my eyes within the wastewater is just how we're so impacted throughout the environment. And pretty much just to further my education as well. And then should be some pictures.
Okay, you missed a bullet point.
You go back, if you don't mind.
Next to the last one.
Yep, the collage one. Yep. Okay. Yep. So here's all the things that I've been doing around the plant. With the top left corner, fixing the refrigerator unit on the sampler. And then the one next to that, that's the PLC unit, pretty much for all the electricals to run the pumps and the plants. Then the one on the right, second to the right corner, that's me right there at the flight pump training. We're installing the bearing in the top of for the flight so the shaft can sit in there properly. Bottom right corner, that's a thread pipe threader. Sorry about that. That was my first time ever using that. Learned how to use that properly. And then the one in the middle where the hose is running to the manifold, we're doing a practice bypass at one of the lift stations. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, if anybody has questions, I'll go ahead and answer for you.
Thank you, Dominic. I was just
all righty. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Dominique White, OIT, West County. All right. When I first started working at West County, I only had basic understanding of wastewater from what I read. I knew a little about the theory, but I had never seen the process in action. Getting the opportunity to learn by doing has been incredibly valuable. It's a privilege to gain this type of hands-on experience so early in my career, and I'm truly grateful for the way my journey has unfolded. From day one, I was surrounded by people who were not only knowledgeable, but also patient and encouraging. I had the chance to learn from folks across operations, maintenance, environmental, the lab, and management, each of them offering their own unique insight. Their support gave me the confidence to jump in and start building real skills. Some of the things I worked on include collecting weekly samples, like raw sludge samples from the primary pumps, cleaning the weirs on the sedimentation basin, titrating to check hypochlorite residuals and ensure compliance, deragging primary clarifier pumps, and paying close attention to detail in note-taking and communication. Throughout my time here, I've had the opportunity to support operations team during various projects. I've assisted with draining, cleaning, and locking out primary clarifiers, sedimentation basins, aeration basins, and contact basins to prepare for scheduled maintenance. Being hands-on during these critical processes has given me a deeper understanding of the plant operations and the importance of coordination and safety during system shutdowns. I've also learned how important good housekeeping is, not just for safety, but for efficiency, for efficiency and the pride we take in our work environment. As a De Anza High graduate who used to live just down the street from the plant, standing here now feels like a full circle moment. To everyone who helped make this OIT program what it is, thank you. Your time, guidance, and encouragement have made a lasting impact on me. Thank you. Just wanted to check in and see if anyone had any questions.
Thank you, Dominique.
No problem.
If all of the interns, mechanical and operator, were like this, our industry has a bright future.
Thank you.
Hopefully this works. Good evening, the Board of Directors of West County Wastewater. I am the Spring Communications intern, although it's the end of summer now. So my name is Adam Waring-Smith. So I would like to say a special thank you to NG/Optera for making my internship possible through the Clean and Green project. So if you can't tell already, I'm not from around here. I am originally from Scotland, and since 2016, I have been studying biotechnology and bioscience. So I'm currently at the end of my PhD, and my thesis is due at the end of September, so it's a very stressful time. And I have had an interest in communication since 2014, although it probably stretches long before then. So my PhD has focused on fresh leafy produce, and essentially to increase the shelf life. So I have looked at using biopreservatives, and in that case, lactic acid bacteria from sauerkraut, and extending the shelf life from 24 hours to 7 days. So I have shown that, but that is not where my heart lies. So in January of this year, my husband got offered a job in San Francisco, and we packed our bags and came all the way over for that distance, which is quite a while. And I have been writing a blog as well. So I have been doing that for 3 years, and the key aim of that is science communication. So just to make science as accessible to people as possible. So that brings me to the internship. So I was finished in lab in December, and my funding ran out. So I was looking for things to do in relation to my thesis, and internships were one of those possibilities. And I applied to this one and thankfully got it. But the key aim was to try different aspects of communication. So I've been writing for quite a long time, but I hadn't done things like a podcast or anything like that, and especially not communications from an internal perspective. So this offered that. And I also wanted to refine my skills specifically for the water industry, because that's a good avenue for where I could end up. As well as working in an American company, there are differences, believe it or not. This is not commonplace over the pond. So yeah, there are differences, and it's just to really embrace that, and I think I have. So some of the projects that I've worked on, the big noted ones, are the Hilltop Entryway Refresh project. I don't know if you noticed when you came in this evening that the signage out there, there's a lot of it, and it's not the clearest for people of who to phone, when they can phone. So it's really to make that clear to them, and there's elements of that that hopefully you'll see over the coming weeks and months. I've also helped to organise the employee celebration that we had very recently, as well as other events. So I took a big part in that, as well as writing an interview for Associate Management Analyst Victoria Donati for the Women in Wastewater series. So that is on our webpage, and hopefully you've all read that, but I really enjoyed doing that, as well as developing a centralised website for the communications team here for how to share and work on documents simultaneously, as opposed to just using a generic shared drive. So that's what that website looks like there. And essentially it means that whenever we take photos of an event, or if we write anything, it goes straight onto there and everyone has access quite rapidly. And if we share to our internal intranet, the clarifier, that's also significantly easier. But just some pictures. So this is from Public Sparks Week. So I had my first Mexican tacos there from Vatos Tacos. That was a really great experience. The Porcanita is definitely a favorite of mine. I also took some images and videos for the Platinum Peak Performance Awards, but we were accredited again for NACWA. So that was a very fun project, worked with the lab, CSO, maintenance and ops. And that's Victoria Donati there for the article. And then that just really highlights the view that I had when I first came to the Hilltop offices. I didn't know who to phone, the doors were locked, and I was just a bit lost, to say the least. And the things I worked on daily were attending various meetings. So I've sat on the safety committee meetings, the RISE committee meetings. I have tried to embed myself as much as I can into West County Wastewater to understand the work that you do and the importance of the work that you do. I have also been key in writing a lot of the social media posts. I think I did one just tonight, so there's a lot of work that goes into that you might not realize, as well as taking a lot of the pictures of the events. So school tours, all of our public work events. And I have also co-hosted the Drop podcast, so when my voice sounds familiar, that's why. And then, yeah, that's the school tour. So we did two of those when I first started back in April. And then I was interviewed on the Drop podcast that week. And then I also helped to organize guests for that Drop podcast as well. So some of the highlights, just to quickly go over these, are I attended the Baywork Workshop on Wheels. And that's the conglomerate of 44 water agencies. I have that right now. And that was a really good experience seeing the North Bay and just seeing how other water agencies run their operations, what projects they're proud of, and what knowledge they can share. And I've tried to take that and share what I can, as well as Public Works Week and emphasizing the work done by the staff down at the plant. So a lot of them don't feel like they are heroes. They don't feel like they work for the public, but in reality they do. And it's just trying to emphasize that. And the whole experience has been positive. I've really enjoyed my time here at West County Wastewater. Everyone has been as friendly as can be. I couldn't ask for anything more. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone there. And I have gained a lot of confidence in what I do, especially in an American audience. I have learned to speak in the voice of West County Wastewater. A lot of the words I used to use are spelled differently here, and it's taken a bit of practice to adjust. I also tried podcasting for the first time and probably the last time. But I have gained a lot of experience about what it means to work in the wastewater industry, and I couldn't be happier for my time. And I have enjoyed pretty much every day of my internship. It's been great. It's been 3 months of different things every day, but all of them good. I've learned that writing is what I truly enjoy. It's where I want to have my career. And I will continue to look for opportunities in communications that help to develop that further. So thank you for listening to my presentation, and I'll take any questions if anyone has any.
Thank you. Can we have all three of them up at the podium, please? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Before I ask for board comments, Madam Clerk, do we have any public comment?
Does anyone wish to make a comment? We do not. We don't.
Thank you. So, board, let's start with the board. Director Weiner.
First of all, thank you for your efforts. I keep spreading the word about waste and wastewater and how important it is. And it's not hyperbole to say there is no civilization without sewers. There just isn't. And so I appreciate everything that the employees of this district do. And I think you're underappreciated by the rest of the people. And I am glad that we have somebody to sing your praises to the public and carry on doing that same thing. And, you know, it's, the work you do is important, and the work you learned how to do is important, and the work everybody here does is important. So thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Director Weiner. Director King Meredith.
Thank you, Vice President Sutter. Well, I'm going to put it like this. You all been through the training. You've all did a fantastic job. So I'm going to call you by your first name. I'm not going to call you each and every one of your family now. You've been in the trenches. You've done a fantastic job, just hearing from my general manager and also for your supervisors, that it's been a jewel working with you all. And for your presentations and the time you spent, did you ever go to sleep? That's why I wondered, because it looked like you had a full, you had a full day, each and every day, for the time that was spent, that was well spent here. And I'm so glad to hear that you're looking at careers in it, And as for you, Dominique, for the first time, you said it was your first time ever looking at wastewater, okay? I can understand that. But you came out tremendously understanding the concept. And Dominique, for you, the same thing. You graduating from a DeAnza, did you say? Oh, okay. Good, very good, very good. You did a fantastic job. And Adam, I am just so surprised that you with your PhD candidate, you did a well job too. So for what I'm saying to you all, your family now, and just be sure to come back and spread the word about wastewater and what we do, the environment. So thank you so very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Director King Meredith. And Director Alvarado. Are you speaking? I couldn't hear you.
Now my mic is on, sorry.
There we go. There we go.
Like I said, if you can continue in wastewater, I think that's a great career. And I know public speaking is not easy, so thank you for those presentations. And we really appreciate the time you spent here. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Alvarado. Okay. Thank you to all three of you. I'm not going to repeat what anyone else said, but I think it was well done. Well done. But I have a couple questions for each of you. And I'm going to, so I want you to just take a second to think about the question before you answer. Except for Adam, I have one quick question for Adam. Adam, what's the name of your thesis?
The title of my thesis.
Yeah, what's the title?
It's still a working title, but it's...
Okay.
I probably shouldn't say it because it'll get broadcasted.
I studied micro, so this is why I like this one. I think it's fantastic. All three of you, I have a question for you. What advice will you give to any of us to continue to get the word out on our programs? What's one thing you would say would help with that?
I would say just, graduating from DeAnza down the street, I knew nothing about West County, So I think maybe if people are able to go to these high schools, if not already, and even, just talking to people or talking to students so that they can know that this is a possibility, to go into this field. So I would say that.
Thank you. That's a good one. Dominic and Aaron, what you say?
Let me think. Another good way to get the word out is to give more, what is it? You do more, things sent out to people's emails, just public emails, in order to get like notifications to have, you can have like meetings periodically to give people a rundown of the wastewater and how everything is processed throughout.
It's a good one. Thank you. I'm doing Kate's job for her. These are a lot. Go
I
ahead,
don't,
Adam.
yeah, I don't have anything to say. I don't think Kate could do anything more than she already does, because she introduces us to all the different departments. We meet everyone, we see what they do on the day-to-day. And if we want to speak to anyone, she's the first to try and organize it on our behalf, sit us down. And that's fantastic. I don't think you could ask for anything more from a supervisor, especially in an internship level position. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kate, it's phenomenal to turn a scientist into a communications person. We have to give you an award for that. The other question I have for you is, what advice would you give to others who are seeking these kind of careers?
Keep your mind open. You never know when the opportunity is going to come, but take every opportunity you can. And if it's not for you, it's not for you, but at least try.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Dominic or Dominique?
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you.
What advice would you give to others who are looking for these type of careers? Now that you know about it, what advice would you give them, especially if they want to come in, whether as an intern or entry-level worker? What advice would you give?
I think it would be similar, but I would say like, switching careers, for example, it's scary. But I think I'm definitely someone who I'm going to give it a shot and try it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But more so, I think in this field in particular, like it sometimes can be challenging to get in. So, if you hear some no's, just keep trying. That's what I would tell someone.
Oh, that's great. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Dominic, what you
Yeah, just try to stay as positive as you can to try to get within this field, or once you are in this field, stay as positive as you can throughout it. And even though at times it could get real smelly and all that, you just gotta, it'll be all right. You can suck that up. It's only for a period of time. But it's a wonderful and great career field to get into, for sure. So yeah.
And the last question I have for you: what's one thing that you done that you found out or you saw or it can be your favorite thing or just something that's just like a wow moment that you had about wastewater?
For me, it was with the process that happens at the plant with the wastewater when it's coming through the headworks, and then it hits the primary clarifiers, then it goes to the aeration basin and the set basin and all that. And throughout that process, throughout the set basin and aeration process, it's neat to me on how they introduce the bugs to come clean up the wastewater. Because at first I didn't know they use like bugs, which are the microorganisms, to disinfect the wastewater.
I love it. Thank you. You're educating the public right now, by the way. Dominique or Adam? How about Adam?
Okay. Let's see. I would say, I think sorry. Can you repeat the question one more time?
So what was something that was like a wow moment?
Yeah.
I know you're new to wastewater, but what's something that the public would be like, wow? Like Dominic just said about introducing microorganisms. So what's something that was like a wow moment for you during this interview?
Okay. I would say how much pride everyone takes in their job. I pretty much have spoke to most people at West County, and you can kind of see it in like how excited folks get and just how willing they're wanting to like give information to people. including me. So I would say just, you know, a lot of people take a lot of pride in their job. And, you know, for somebody who doesn't know about wastewater, they're just thinking like the basics, like, oh, you handle, you know, waste, but it's so much more than that. So that was my thing.
I like it. Thank you. Adam, what about you? Did you have a wow moment?
I think the wow moment for me was really just encountering West County wastewater in the first place, if that makes sense. So obviously sewer works are a global thing, but especially in the UK, it's do the bare minimum, get the job done, and that's it. But I've been blown away by just the integrity and the chivalry of wastewater treatment here, and just the Clean and Green project. I've learned a lot in my time here, but the Clean and Green project and just really how you see wastewater as not just an essential aspect of civilization, but something that can be capitalized on so we can have the digesters go online and generate our own energy and really just be self-sufficient. And ultimately that means that the ratepayers don't have to pay nearly as much as they could do otherwise. And yeah, it's just blown me away a little bit, to say the least.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the last question is not even a question, it's a statement for the board and everyone in the chamber. I just want everybody to give these three a nice round of applause for the work that they did, and Ms. Kate and the team and the supervisors. Thank you so much. This is what we talk about when we say next gen and building the next generation of water professionals. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
General Manager, back to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Next on the agenda is other business. Item 9, reports from staff, general manager, and general counsel. Madam Clerk, we received any written comments or requests to speak on this item?
We have not. If anyone wishes to comment on this item, please approach the podium or raise your hand in Zoom. Seeing none, we have no public comments.
I don't understand what's happening. We had the interns, and now it's time for the general counsel and general manager, and everybody's leaving.
It's like taking the cute children out of the room, Andrew.
Well, we have no reports this evening, Madam President. So.
We appreciate us.
Yes, we do.
So
All right. The next one.
The final item on the agenda is director's comments, meeting reports, future agenda items. Madam Clerk, have received any written comments or requests to speak on this item?
We have not. If anyone wishes to comment on item 10, please approach the podium or raise your hand in Zoom. Seeing none, we have no public comments.
Thank you. All right. Directors, as a reminder, directors will report on meetings they attended for which you are seeking reimbursement or compensation from West County Wastewater and other matters within the subject matter jurisdiction of the district. Let's start with Director Weiner. What you got?
Since our operation and maintenance of horizontal levees, and it was a review of the findings of the Oraloma Horizontal Levee Study. I attended, or the mayor's and supervisors meeting that I wanted to attend was canceled, but I showed up anyway. Attended the CASA conference for 3 days. I went to the CSRMA training, which talked about how an old main was forgotten and lost through time, and how its repair took the organization out of its silos. That was a pretty interesting case study. The advantage of owner-controlled construction insurance, which was pretty interesting. And finally, how to discuss and resolve wedges between district people. That was a great talk. I had an interesting discussion with Vince DeLange, GM of the Delta Diablo, on the horror of the recent giant spill and lessons learned at Delta Diablo. I think when he has completed the postmortem and has some distance from the event, we could ask him to present lessons learned to the district, which I think would be very instructive. I had the opportunity to hear from the Biosolid Committee and met with Gary Darling, who has some interesting information regarding biogas that the district might find intriguing and use in the future. Also went on a field trip to San Diego's Pure Water Plant and water recovery facilities, still in construction, but they created a whole test plant. And so the water from that went into making some beer with purified wastewater, which I tasted, and it was pretty good. So I got to try that out. The keynote speaker was a madman who pioneered extreme sailing and lived to tell the tale. He reminded me the slopes of Mount Everest are littered with the bodies of such driven people. It was amazing what he did, that he survived, and I'm glad I never tried it, and not sure that I could have made it. So that's my report.
Go ahead. I didn't hear. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Director King Meredith, go ahead.
Okay.
You could read her lips.
I could read your lips, that's what I said, okay. So I only have one, and that was, last night was National Night Out. What I did, I swung by 3 different sites. We started late, I started late due to the canceling of the MAC meeting. For the last few years, it's always been our understanding that National Night Out starts at around 6 o'clock. And to my understanding, yesterday, it started at 4 o'clock. So by the time I got around, it was probably at the end, but I spent a majority of my time at in San Pablo. And I went by Nevin and saw and talked to some of the participants there and headed on 15th Street, where that's where everybody was meeting up at, and the caravan was coming through. So that is my report. Thank you.
Thank you. And sir, Director Alvarado?
Okay, well, since the last board meeting, I visited the island of Puerto Rico, where my ancestors
Yay!
came from. The last time I visited the island was during COVID, and I can say that it's changed quite a bit. We were there to, we took my grandson, who was playing in the Little League World Series for Team USA, and I'm happy to say that they won the Silver Bracket Championship. It was quite a game, 4 hours. They were behind most of the game and pulled it out in extra innings. So that was I was very blessed to be there. And I attended one meeting only since our last board meeting, which was last on Monday, actually, at San Pablo, city of San Pablo, where the noteworthy item was a annual report by the police department, which showed upon their amazing accomplishments in the last year, and basically gave an overview over the last 15 years of what they've been doing. So it was very, very informative. Thank you.
Thank you. And since our last meeting, I've attended a number of meetings with COWF, with Will, the Mayor's Conference, the City of Richmond, City of Oakland, the CASA Conference with Director Wiener. There was a lot said about biosolids, and I will If you're interested, I can get you the notes on this. But we also spent a great amount of time on AI and where in its place in our industry. Um, I also attended the regulatory committee and the legislative committees, state and federal. And one thing about the keynote speaker that Director Weiner mentioned is he talked about how he almost died multiple times. Well, he started out asking us if any of us ever been on a boat or never went sailing. By the time he finished, we all discovered that we've only been on boats. We've never been sailing like he has. I spent before CASA. I actually spent. I also went to the NALEO, National Association Latino Elected Officials Conference, and it's the largest gathering of elected Latino officials in the country. The biggest thing, there was a lot of sessions, a lot of talk, a lot of diversity there, but we had people from every level, including from the federal government, come and speak, and it's bipartisan or nonpartisan. Nonpartisan is the word. So you're able to hear from all the prominent national leaders, and we got a lot of up-to-date information about what's going on with the economy, with technology, with education, with workforce development, with health. There is a lot. And then we had some policy sessions where we brainstormed on policies that will assist all of our communities. Currently, I am on a trip. I can tell you more about it next meeting with the Water Education for Latino Leaders, to do a inspection of. We'll be looking at Colorado River and the State Water Project, and to look at some facilities, including water and wastewater. And yeah, there's enough. There's enough. The sun is gone down. So, with that, is there any other announcement? I would like to have Director Weiner. Are you suggesting this for another meeting, or are you just holding on to it with Vince from Delta Diablo?
Yeah, I would think, and it wouldn't be necessarily for the board, but I would think that the district would want to hear the series of events and how it unfolded, how they solved it. I think it would be very informative.
Okay.
It was an unexpected event,
Right.
and it was noticed, but there were problems with even understanding what was going on. So
Right.
I think it was real interesting.
So, General Manager, can you just work? You know Vince. Can you just work with him to perhaps arrange that when the time is right?
I think he needs a few weeks to
Yeah.
recover before we ask him to do
Right.
anything. I think it was pretty stressful. He seemed like he barely was hanging on emotionally after going through that. It was a big deal. So.
Yes. So noted. The other thing is that I do want Director Winter and I sat in on a few of these meetings at CASA, but I would like us to have an update on what we're doing with biosolids, biogas, and or bring in, someone else to talk about it. And then AI, I think I brought these up in the finance communications meeting, but I don't see why it cannot take place at the larger board meeting, is additional training or information on AI in our industry. I don't have a timeline. It's just a recommendation or a future request. So I'm gonna move for that, but I need a second.
I'll second it.
Thank you. And since the Director Meredith has seconded, we need to take a vote on it. Oh, here comes Justin.
Before we vote, I do just want to let you know, we're preparing the agenda for the F&A committee for next week.
and we do plan to bring a draft AI policy. So there's more to discussion to be had, right? We're at a place where we can get some initial feedback, and so that will be on the F&A committee, and then there will be further discussion with the board. And I know it's not a one and done type of work, so it's something that we'll continue working with the committees and the board members on how to do training and how this is rolled out within our agency.
Thanks, Justine.
Perfect. Okay, with that, we'll leave that there. All right, unless we have any other comments, I'm going to pitch these back over to Madam Clerk for any announcements.
Sure. There's an Infrastructure Operations and Environment Committee meeting scheduled for August 12th. A Finance and Administration meeting is scheduled for August 14th. And the board will be on recess after that. So the next regular board meeting is scheduled for September 17th, 2025, 6:30.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, 9/17.
With that, we wish you a good break, board directors. Take some time for yourself and your family. And we are adjourned at 8:49. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Good night.
17, second meeting of the month. I know you're just gonna not know what to do with yourself. Yeah. I know I'll be at lost ends.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.